This audio is about the Rainbow Children, specifically Prince's album, The Rainbow Children, made in 2001, 2 years after The Matrix was made. And I think the two ideas go hand in hand because they're about this idea of combating the so-called system, conventional ideas, tradition, because they're regarded as being oppressive, tyrannical. And I equate the New Age, one world religion, the coexist world religion, to be a lot, if not the same, a lot like the ideas that modern day liberals and progressives follow. The non-binary side of life, or the fluid side of life. Classical physics studies particles or everyday matter, but quantum physics studies the things that make up matter. It says that particles act like waves and waves act like particles. Thus, they're fluid. They're non-binary. They're in one position momentarily and then instantaneously they go to a different position. It's very similar to how UFOs, quote unquote UFOs, act. You know, all of these videos that are being leaked, that people are sharing on social media, that mainstream news is talking about UFOs or flying saucers are here or there in one moment, and all of a sudden they're gone and they're in a different form. You know, it goes back to the idea of the shape shifters. Alien movies talk a lot about it. Then you have in this other conspiracy theorist movement, you know, lizards or green lizards. But I think that's more of a reflection of entities and deities coming into our physical plane, being manifested through, well, artificial intelligence. What they have going on at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland, and all this other stuff. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I find it quite interesting, though. This album, or the idea behind this album, has a lot of New World Order written all over it, or One World Order, the same thing. It's all about what's the final New World Order that they want. It's a final world system that's sustainable, that's renewable, one built off of pure energy. That's why they have this idea of go green. Go paperless. Eliminate your carbon footprint according to the United Nations and the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Because supposedly the infrastructure that's running our current system, the old world order, or, you know, how things were, how conservatives still want them to be, it's causing global warming, climate change. It's causing air pollution, etc. And so we need a new system, one built off of blue, pure, clean energy, they say. And that's why they advocate to go digital, to go online, to reduce clutter, to save the trees. That's what they say. Meanwhile, AI large data centers are tearing down the green Mother Earth, are tearing down trees in order to build large AI data centers. You know, the New World Order, it's all about a singularity, transcendence, transhumanism, this idea of we're all one. No division, no dividing, no borders, no boundaries, no races, no ethnicities, no different religions, no countries. We're all the one. We're all the same. We're all made of the same stardust that were made from in outer space. Everything is one with everyone. Aleister Crowley talked a lot about it. He said it's the finite becoming the infinite, the macrocosm becoming with the microcosm. And there's an occult saying that says, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the soul, so the universe. It's basically the modern day Tower of Babel. Man becoming God, man thinking himself as God. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. The Rainbow Children is the 24th studio album by American recording artist Prince. It was released on November 20th, 2001 by NPG Records and Redline Entertainment. This concept album illustrates common Prince themes of spirituality and human sexuality, as well as love and racism through the fictitious story of a social movement toward a Martin Luther King Jr. inspired utopian society. Yeah, I think the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the things that they made up, this idea of humanitarianism, equality, religious liberty, equal rights, the feminist movement, socialism, etc., communism. I think they sell this to us as a utopia because, hey, we're all going to be equal. Don't you all want that? We're all equal. No more racism. They try to sell racial minorities a certain story, a certain idea of oppression. Hey, you're being oppressed. When in reality, we're not all equal. It's really a dystopia for us, or for the people that will live in the New World Order. Doesn't the Georgia Guidestones say that, hey, we want a population of 500 million to populate the earth, and we want to unite mankind under one living language? This album seems to allude to its recent conversion to their Jehovah's Witnesses denomination, but Egyptian monotheism and New Age concepts such as the Akashic records are used as metaphors as well. Here's what I want to show you guys. Additional notes. Tracks 15 and 21 are all hidden tracks and are all silent with the exception of track 21, which gradually fades into the repetition of the word one being sung. Yeah, because in the New Age movement, that's what it's all about. And it's all in the word. New World Order. New Age religion, the coexist world religion of the Antichrist. They're going to try to get all three monotheistic Abrahamic religions to coexist. And I think that's the bigger picture, the grand scheme of things behind these wars between the Middle East, America and Islam, and Israel. Yeah, on the surface, it's boundaries and borders and all this other stuff, but the macroscopic realm comes from the microscopic. For the visible, there's always an invisible incentive and intention, purpose. And a back politics, it's always been about religion. Hey, it's always been about religion, what God you worship, what beliefs and values you have. It's always been one religion wanting to take over another.
Did you know that linen is the only fabric that bacteria cannot thrive on? This is one of the reasons Jesus told us
Shut the fuck up. That's fucking creepy. So the idea behind the indigo children, the rainbow children, the star workers, the light workers, is that it makes sense because of the New Age religion. These people are like born in after the new millennium, around the year 2000. Which today, I mean, that's what, Generation Z? And yeah, lo and behold, these fucking kids and these fucking millennials too, these fucking snowflakes. I'm a millennial too, so I can't really talk. But they're all about this non-binary bullshit. Especially those fucking white liberals. But they have this idea, this narrative that conservatism and Christianity is oppressive and that it's all about control. A dictator, a fascist dictator wanting control. That's why he's saying you can't have abortions and all this other crap. So that's the whole idea behind the indigo children in the New Age world religion. Their job is to convert traditionals like our parents and our grandparents to opening their minds, to opening their eyes, to broadening their horizons. Because you're too narrow-minded and it's a plague. You're bigoted. You need to be loving. One love, free love for all. And be enlightened, elevated, ascended. And these ideologies come from the New Age idea of the ascended masters. And the way to reach the ascended masters is to have higher consciousness through transcendental meditation. What the fuck is all this? And I see that word rainbow, the idea of rainbow, a lot. Doesn't that come from the Wizard of Oz? Over the Rainbow? With Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, they have that store where the rainbow ends. The rainbow children. For many people, rainbow children are often viewed as representations of hope, harmony, and unity in a rapidly changing world. Unity, harmony. That's what the Georgia Guidestone says. To bring humanity under a perpetual balance with human nature. 500 million. Unite mankind under one living language. And this unity is brought about by saying it's basically the age of Aquarius, the Aquarian Exposition. That's what they named the Woodstock Festival, right? An Aquarian Exposition, we're all one with everything. Free love for all, the hippie movement, the hipster movement. That's where it all started, because it started with young teenagers combating and talking against and going against their conservative parents' ideology. The idea of getting married, getting a job, having kids, being conservative. These people don't fucking radiate confidence. A lot of Generation Z and the millennial generation have fucking mental problems. The fuck out of here with that confidence bullshit. Healing the planet. Again, this is a false counterfeit love, an alternative love disguised as the real thing, but it's all a counterfeit. It's all fake love. Healing the planet. Who the fuck gives you the right to heal? How are you a fucking healer? And inspiring collective change. I know the age of Aquarius talks a lot about collectivism. How in that age, religion will be considered offensive. And in that age, collectivism, this idea of collaboration, will emerge. Yet, these children may stand out as innovators, problem solvers, hell the fuck no, and compassionate leaders. Too damn compassionate that they want fucking mass migration. Problem solvers, they have fucking mental illness. They encourage collaboration and unity, often acting as mediators among peers. Crystal children, 1990s to 2010s, more peaceful and nurturing, focused on emotional healing and harmony. Fuck all that. That kind of sounds like this whole idea of generational trauma that Negroes and blacks try to say they have. Rainbow children, 2010s to the present, seen as the completed evolution of these waves, radiating unconditional love, joy, and high spiritual wisdom. Yeah, whenever Lucifer fell from heaven for wanting to dethrone the God of the Bible, he is said to fall like lightning, and so that's why sometimes the thunderbolt represents Lucifer. And he brought with himself the gift of wisdom, but it's not the real wisdom that we all need. That's the truth with the capital T. This idea of wisdom is the Luciferian counterfeit alternative light, his illumination, the Illuminati. This idea that you're one with everything, with everyone. You don't need God. You are the universe. You are God. It's combating, it's going against the wisdom of the Bible, of the Holy Spirit. It's not the fear of the Lord, and that's what the book of Proverbs says, that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. It's not that. It's the opposite of that, but it's disguised as this good all, this end all be all, this good thing that helps people evolve, develop, evolution, but you're not developing, you're not evolving. You're condescending. You're descending into the pits, into the abyss. Yet they call it higher consciousness to brainwash you and to deceive you. But there's nothing higher about what you're doing. Tell that to the feminist movement. They're getting more depressed, going against their nature, saying that they're independent. Whenever female nature is codependent, it is dependent on men. That's what makes a woman more attractive, being feminine, being girly, and loving her man. Rainbow children are believed to have stronger resilience. Fuck no, they don't. They cry all the damn time. All these safe rooms on college campuses, and these rooms where you can cry, be yourself, be emotional. Fuck all that. Higher energy and heightened intuition compared to previous generations. Too many damn fucking ads on here. But yeah, you also have a lot of these other movies too, made by the sisters that made the Matrix. What are they called? The Wachowski sisters? Aren't they like transgender? They made a lot of other movies that are about this type of stuff, like people with supernatural abilities. Again, Neo from the Matrix was the Antichrist. He is the Antichrist. The Antichrist will come in the name of evolution, of evolving, of love, and he'll be all about transcending transhumanism. The fact that we need to transcend our physical environment for the sake of evolving and developing, because global warming and climate change. So we have to merge with artificial intelligence, thereby giving elitists, futurists, globalists the ability to monitor and record our every thought, every move, every action, etc. Superman is the Antichrist. Holy fuck. You know what's the problem? A lot of girls who went far left, who went into progressive liberal ideology, you know, a lot of these girls could be really pretty, and I've seen them first. Like, I've seen these girls, like, in reality. Like, a lot of them that are liberal, that put their face a certain way, their hairstyle a certain way, you know, piercings and all this other stuff. I feel like a lot of these girls that I've seen, they have a really cute, pretty looking face, but they fucking destroy it with all these other stuff that doesn't make them look attractive. But in their mind, it's like, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I'm combating the patriarchy. Women aren't beauty objects, so let me make myself look uglier. Whenever you're just doing yourself a disservice. Not a coincidence that The Matrix, a major box office success for which they won the Saturn Award for Best Director. Yeah, the Saturn Award. Because the planet Saturn is responsible for the Matrix, for the simulation that we're all living in. But look at, so they're trans, right? So it makes sense that trans women will make movies about transcendence, transhumanism. The prefix trans means to go above and beyond, alongside, after. It means to deny reality. It's basically quantum physics, quantum mechanics. It's basically modern day Gnostics. The Gnostics didn't believe in matter, in the physical reality. They thought that it was an accident, that humans are an accident. That's why the United Nations talk about eliminating your carbon footprint. They see us as the plague, as a cancer to society, and that we all must die in order for a small minority of people to actually live, to preserve human civilization. They think that after the Big Bang, they think that the fact that physical concrete matter, the fact that after it exploded into physical matter, they think that it was an accident that shouldn't have happened. Because don't quantum mechanics say that, like, most of matter is antimatter, dark matter, black matter, and that the matter that we see counts for only about 10% of matter? Doesn't that sound the same as, you know, psychologists saying that we only use about 10% of our brain? The rest of our mental powers are hidden in the subconscious mind, and if we were to use 90% of our brain, we'll be like Lucy from Scarlett Johansson or Neo from The Matrix. All these things tie in together. These are all quantum mechanics, quantum physics. V for Vendetta. I need to make another video about that, because that reminded me of the Italian secret society Alta di Vendetta. I did a little bit of research on this Italian secret society. I don't know. Yeah, the Carbonari. I don't know if they go hand in hand, but I was doing research on the protocols of Zion and how the Catholic Church denounced the Freemasons and the Jews. And I was going down a rabbit hole, and then I came across this article. But yeah, I need to do more research on that. Jupiter Ascending. Sense8. Yeah, all these movies have to do with like powerful, like spiritual, supernatural people that basically go against the normal adaptations of society. They stand out. They resemble what the New Age movement terms the indigo or rainbow children.